set for Week 6 of the NFL season. The Chicago Bears and Atlanta Falcons both 2-3, and they are both still in it.
Not be one-on-one against them every time, but that's the matchup that the Falcons are looking for.
1st and 15 here for the Bears. Play action on 1st down. Over the middle, there is Marshall. And Marshall with a run after the catch up to the 35, picks up 20, tackled by Desmond Trufant.
He's going to do a great job of starting this Bears offense off fast. He's going to run that crossing route, slashing through that defense, getting that 1st down. And this is the way that the Bears want to start. Get Brandon Marshall involved. It opens up the rest of your offense.
Brandon Marshall with just 20 receptions now on the season. This is a guy, both he and Alshon Jeffrey, who last year they led the NFL in receptions for a wide receiving tandem. 1st and 10 from the 35. Cutler towards the sideline, and that is incomplete to Marshall. Robert Alford there on the coverage.
And we just talked about getting Brandon Marshall involved. He's been the first 2 targets of these first 2 plays. So it is an impact right now that they want to get him in. And also, when we talked to that Falcons team and when we talked to this defense, they said right away, this is the guy that we can't let get started.
2 tight ends in here for Chicago on 2nd down and 10. Handoff to Forte, trying to bounce it outside, and Forte gets shoved out of bounds by Joplo Bartu. Matt Forte, a guy who's a dual threat really out of the backfield. Last week, 12 receptions. He's got 36 receptions on the season.
And the ability to have a complete back like that where you don't have to rotate in and out of downs. His ability not only to catch the ball on 3rd down, but to pick up blitz protection. That right there alone brings up so much to this offense and really allows this Bears defense to play their system.
Forte is out as a receiver here on 3rd down and 8. Dante Rosario, the tight end, as the fullback. On 3rd and 8, Cutler with time throws, and that is incomplete, intended for Martellus Bennett. Desmond Trufant there to poke it away.
That's what we talked about, Desmond Trufant.
On the road at Minnesota, at New York. Here on 1st down, the handoff is to Steven Jackson, and Jackson breaks a couple of tackles, and he gets up to the 48-yard line. A 14-yard run by Steven Jackson. How about the key matchup on this side of the ball?
One of the things that the Bears were talking about on their defensive side of the ball, the key matchup for the game.
After the good run by Jackson. Handed off to him again. Jackson lowers that shoulder, gets to the 49 of Chicago, picks up 3, 2nd down and 7. Steven Jackson, one of 4 running backs in the backfield for the Atlanta Falcons.
And I really like this start for the Atlanta Falcons. Running the football. Let's get this offensive line comfortable with all the adjustments that we've made. I like that their physical attack right now is let's start running the football and let's get into our rhythm.
2nd down and 7, 4 wide receivers in. Ryan, his first pass attempt of the game, goes up top to his tight end, Levine Toilolo, for another 1st down. This time a 16-yard completion.
We're going to see him all the way out here on the slot, playing this position on Kyle Fuller. Just look at the size difference. He's going to run that post. It sits right there, is able to get right in the middle of that zone defense there and make that big play for Toilolo. That's the start that they want to have. Run the football and get the tight end involved.
A handoff to Jackson. Jackson up to the 31, gets 3, sets up 2nd and 7. Stephen Paya with a tackle for the Bears. On 2nd and 7, Ryan out to Rodgers, and Rodgers gets tackled right away by Christian Jones. A 2-yard pickup, 3rd and 5 coming up here for Atlanta. Situation.
This is a situation that the Falcons do not want to be in. This 9+ third downs.
Ryan over the middle looking for Julio Jones, incomplete. On first down, the handoff to Forte. Forte, nice cutback, and Forte picks up 11 on first down.
Back like Marshall Faulk.
Jay Cutler calling out the plays at the line. Play clock down to 2. Just gets it off. Handoff to Forte again, and Forte gets stopped.
You know, you just mentioned that communication. You know, they're very excited on the Bears' offensive side of the ball to have Roberto Garza in there, the 14-year veteran who's pretty much seen everything that you could possibly see on a football field. So having him back to be the center and anchor of this Bears offense is great, because his ability to communicate all the different exotic looks that Mike Nolan and this defense is going to throw at him is really, really going to help out this Bears offense.
As Martellus Bennett told us yesterday, he played with Moses. On 2nd and 10, Cutler, he gets sacked, taken down by Jonathan Massaquoi. A loss of 5 on the play.
You know, he's just getting a real nice jump on the snap count here. You're going to see him one-on-one against Jordan Mills. He's going to come off of the football. You're just going to see that ability to get off on the count. And here on the road, you see Jordan Mills turn on his second step, which is going to give that edge to that defensive end to rip through and to get that sack.
Second sack of the season for Massaquoi. And now a 3rd and 15 for the Bears, trailing 3-0 here in the first quarter. Cutler steps up. Over the middle, completes the pass to Alshon Jeffrey for a big 3rd down conversion. 19 yards on 3rd and 15.
It's a nice job by Jay Cutler, moving in and out of the pocket, you know, keeping his eyes downfield. And you're going to see that he gets his eyes on the receiver. He sees Alshon Jeffrey being able to throw it on the run across his body, still move the chains and get that first down.
Jeffrey in motion. They hand off to Alshon Jeffrey. He cuts it back and gets ripped down by the jersey by Paul Warlow.
That's a nice play by Paul Warlow, being on the backside, you know, being able to diagnose through all of the different motions and abilities going through. You're going to see him right here on defense. He stays in his gap. He maintains gap control, is able to slip underneath that block by Jordan Mills and come up with that open field tackle.
Warlow came in with 58 tackles on the season, leading the Falcons. Now has 2 in this game, up to 60. Handoff. It's Forte. Excuse me, that's Kadeem Carey with the carry. He picks up 4. "3-0 Atlanta leads. The Bears, the last couple weeks, have been very, very good in the first half. The problem has been the second half woes. Just 3 points in their last 2 weeks in the second half. Also, a -5 turnover margin. 3rd and 5, it's Forte in the backfield. Cutler. Off to his tight end, Bennett, who can't hang on. The coverage by Desmond Southward, and the Bears are forced to punt again. It's really been pretty incredible speaking with him this week. You could see how much this game meant to him, and I thought you were great, David. You said, don't tell me it's just another game. First and 10 from their own 12. Jackson in the backfield. Handoff to Jackson, slips a tackle, and he gets back the line of scrimmage. Jeremiah Ratliff with a tackle.
The Bears talked about it. They wanted to be able to hit Matt Ryan. They wanted to get him unsettled early. And so far, they've had that ability to be able to get those hits on him. And they always say hits on the quarterback are cumulative, because the next time you're in that situation, your eyes may be looking around to see where that rush is coming from.
Wasn't that your approach against Tom Brady in the 07 Super Bowl?
I mean, running the football and being able to pass and rush the quarterback and get sacks and turnovers, it's the formula for Super Bowl victories.
2nd down and 10 here for the Falcons. Ryan with time has it batted down at the line of scrimmage. Looked like Stephen Paya was the one who got the hand on the ball.
They're doing a very nice job of getting into their rush lanes, continuing to look through the offensive linemen to get their eyes on Matt Ryan's to knock that ball down.
Another 3rd and 10 here for the Falcons. The situation they don't want to be in. Jacquizz Rodgers in the backfield now for Atlanta. Pressure coming. The pass to Julio Jones, and Jones fumbles it. Julio Jones able to recover it. And that's going to bring up 4th down, but a big scare for the Falcons.
That's a rookie, Kyle Fuller, coming up and forcing that fumble again. Yeah, you talk about an impact player as a rookie. Kyle Fuller has been everything you've wanted in a first rounder. You know, Julio Jones still bobbling that ball. Look at Kyle Fuller being able to get that hand in there, rip it out. Julio Jones is fortunate that he was able to get that back.
They all went to Virginia Tech. They taught their younger brother the ways of how you are supposed to be professional. Play action on 1st down. Cutler comes back across the field to Forte, and Forte gets wrapped up by Joplo Bartu. First 3rd tackle of the day, a pickup of 4.
Running that misdirection. Let's see if we can keep this defense off keel. That right there is going to keep this offense balanced. Being able to, you saw them running the reverses. Now they're running the play action to the backside. What they're trying to set up are those inside runs now. Let's see if we can keep this backside linebacker and defensive end honest outside. And let's start running and seeing if we can get that ball inside into those seams.
2nd down and 6 for the Bears. Play action again. Cutler dumps it off again to Forte, makes a man miss, has a 1st down, but there is a flag down on the far side of the field. 2nd and 11. Cutler again. It's Forte making guys miss and has the 1st down. Matt Forte, a 16-yard run, making guys miss, and picks up the 1st down.
Just a great job by Matt Forte here. He clears through. It's a setup screen. Make sure that there are no blitzes. Has the patience to allow his offensive lineman to get out there up in front of him to open up those blocks. And he shows his elusiveness. Get him one-on-one against the guy, he'll make a miss.
He goes out. Kadeem Carey comes in, a breather for Forte. First time in Atlanta territory here for the Bears. Cutler gets it out to Bennett. Martellus Bennett breaks a tackle. He has a 1st down. Time for a game break. Let's go back to LA and check in with Joel Klatt. The Bears marching down the field. Forte back in. Handoff to Forte. A good run on 1st down. Picks up 4.
There's that zone stretch that I was talking about. Now they're going to start trying to run the ball inside of those tackles. So you have that dual threat of Jeffrey possibly on a reverse, the play action. They just want to get these guys on the edge on the Atlanta defense, whether it's the defensive end, the linebacker. Hey, you may be on this backside, but you better maintain gap responsibility.
20 seconds to go here in this 1st quarter. 2nd down and 6. The Bears trailing by 3. Play action again. Cutler steps up towards the end zone for Jeffrey, and that is incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey out of bounds to Dwight Lowry there on the coverage. 3rd and 6. Cutler barking at his team. And the flag comes in as Cutler goes down. Another flag comes out. Paul Warlow delivered the blow on Cutler. The officials had blown the whistle, but in all fairness to Warlow, he may not have heard that. Red zone opportunity here for the Bears. 5 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Quickly to Marshall with a stiff arm. Marshall cuts it back, has some blockers. And Marshall is taken down at the 7. And that will end the quarterback. Second down and 3 here for the Bears. Cutler to the end zone. Incomplete to Brandon Marshall. Robert Alford on the coverage.
So we said that they needed to target. We're going to see Brandon Marshall here at the top of the screen. Is going to run that fade. Gets it, snaps it off, gets to the back. Almost catches it. It looks like he didn't have control of the ball, and it ends up falling out.
And Alford doing a good job just trying to poke that ball free.
That's 6'5" versus 5'10" right there.
It's almost as bad as me versus you. 3rd and 3. Cutler. Incomplete to Forte. The defense for Atlanta holds Dwight Lowry there.
Brandon is not like most football players. We know that that journal is just for positive thoughts. So he fumbles the ball and he goes and he writes amazing route. That is to keep his brain and his heart, everything going in a positive direction. We all know he was diagnosed with a bipolar disorder. He's very vocal about that. This is his way of channeling that energy. Where it used to be channeling that fury and that anger, now it's channeling it into positivity, and this team loves that about him.
And you could see that, media members almost try to bait him into, hey, you don't have as many catches as you have in the past, this and that, but he spins everything positive. Anton Smith in for the first time. They lopped it off to him. This guy could fly as he bounces off a couple defenders, and he picks up 5 on first down. Kyle Fuller with the tackle.
Yep. Now we're starting to see that four-headed monster that they've talked about. Having the changeup of backs, having the dynamic big-time playmaker like Anton Smith, that spell of keeping guys fresh, yeah, it's an advantage, but also does it keep them in and out of a flow of a football game?
Certainly a question, as they haven't had even a 90-yard rusher yet this year. 2nd and 5. Handoff to Smith. And Smith able to fall forward to pick up a few. Darryl Sharpton able to trip him up.
Now this is the 3rd down situation they want to be in, not those 10+, the 5 and less. That's what they think are manageable, and that's how they think that they're going to be able to stay on the field.
Shaquiz Rogers comes in at running back here on 3rd down and 2. Trying for their first 3rd down conversion of the afternoon. Ryan slings it for the completion on the first down to Roddy White.
This is what Roddy White does all of the time. We're going to see him here as the outside receiver. He's going to press, stop it, sees that the defensive back is already back on his heels, comes back to the football. I mean, we've seen Roddy White do this 1,000 times.
Let's go.
Roddy White, Julio Jones, the great tandem at the receivers for the Atlanta Falcons. You can hear Ryan barking out his call. Ryan over the middle to Hester. And Hester falls forward across the 40. Up to the 39-yard line, a 23-yard completion of Devin Hester.
You know, Devin Hester is excited to show his playmaking ability at the wide receiver position. This is something that he stressed to both of us, that he didn't feel he had the fair advantage of actually competing at the wide receiver position in Chicago. So you know he's excited to get his first catch.
Devontae Freeman now in, the fourth of the full-headed monster in the backfield for the Falcons. We now welcome all of you here to the Georgia Dome. The Falcons and the Bears. Justin Kutcher alongside David Deal and Laura Oakman. 3-3 here in the second quarter. A 3-yard run by Freeman. Second down and 7 coming up. The Bears scored in their last drive to tie it up. A couple of field goals, one by Bryant and one by Robbie Gould.
They're going a little up-tempo here, staying out of the huddle, and they're calling everything at the line of scrimmage right now.
Second and 7. Play action. The slant to Julio Jones, incomplete. Could not hang on. Kyle Fuller there on the coverage. Chris Conte came over for the help.
Yeah, see, we've seen him run the same route earlier in the game, so he's going to play one-on-one. He's got Fuller. Fuller lets him in the inside release. Know that he's got late help coming from the backfield. Conte with the big hit to break that ball out. Here we go, back into another third down. Let's see if the Falcons can, like they did the ones before, the short distances. Let's see if they can overcome it.
Julio Jones, you saw the look on his face. He felt he should have had that. Ryan pressured, and Matt Ryan goes down. Sacked by Stephen Paya. His 4th sack of the year. A loss of 8, and what that does is now it takes you out of field goal range.
You see Stephen Paya, they're going to run the game on the left side of the line. They're going to run a tackle end twist with Jared Allen. So he's just going to split by continuing to fight through that work and get that sack.
4 and 18 when he has thrown 2+ INTs in a game. Here on first down. Cutler swings it out to Forte. Forte in the open field gets chased down by Joplo Bartu.
You bring up those points about Jay Cutler and the interceptions, and as a quarterback, you know, you are going to receive the blame. You're going to receive the blunt of everything. And yes, Jay Cutler has been an issue of throwing interceptions, but also you've got to look at the whole picture. His offensive line hasn't been stable. You know, they're excited to have Roberto Garza back and really solidify this offensive line. So, you know, everybody wants to point the finger at Jay because, yes, he is responsible for some of them.
On first down, it's Forte up the middle. Another first down for Matt Forte, who's having himself a good first half here in Atlanta. Picks up 12.
Once again, Matt Forte, you know, just being patient going through. He allows it, sees that a linebacker overflows the hole, sets his feet, just hits it the hole. And that is his thing. Is he's not the fastest guy in the world, but his ability to turn on that second gear instantly and just be able to split and be decisive when he makes a decision, that right there alone is going to get him that extra 1 or 2 yards.
Hand off to Kadeem Carey. Flag on the play. Carey, he gets chased down. Looks like we might have a holding here against Chicago. Play clock down to 1. Just getting it off was Cutler. Dumps it off to Forte. And Forte gets slammed to the ground by Paul Warlow. Pressure coming. Cutler gets rid of it to Marshall. The stiff arm trying to dive for the first down marker, and he's going to be out at the 46. Both teams need a win here this week. It's intense. How intense is it down there, Laura?
I love that you just said that. You look at the score, and you feel this 3-3 score on both sidelines. I don't know the last time I've been in a regular season game this early with 2 teams so intense. Guys are hardly even sitting down. That's usually reserved for the fourth quarter or a very big game late in the season. Players are up there into this. There's so much intensity on both sides right now.
Now a 3rd and 7. Cutler throwing it up for Marshall. Marshall hauls it in, and Marshall gets taken down inside the 5. big-time play by Cutler and Brandon Marshall.
You're going to see Brandon Marshall here. They're going to motion him over at the cross. It started it. He's going to slide up inside. You're going to see Martell's Bennett and Jeffrey break it off. He's just going to run that crosser all the way across that defense against Robert Alford and make that big catch.
A 47-yard completion on 3rd and 7. Brandon Marshall already at 84 yards on the day.
We talked about that big play-making ability of him. They needed to get him involved to stretch the field.
1st and goal. Cutler. He just throws this one away. Live to see another down.
We're going to get another look at this Brandon Marshall catch. Look at the focus. Look at his eyes. You know, keeping it on the ball in stride, being able to, you know, get his hands up there and still be able to maintain that outside leverage and know where it is to turn it up to try scoring that touchdown. You're definitely writing something nice about yourself in the notebook there because you deserve it.
By the way, his 84 yards already a season high.
Motion Forte back into the backfield.
2nd and goal from the 3. Cutler. Touchdown, Josh Morgan. You're thinking Marshall, you're thinking Jeffrey, you're thinking Forte. It's Morgan who's left open.
They're going to watch him at the top of the screen. He's going to run this shallow drag. They're going to have one go over the top. He's going to go underneath. He gets bumped off, still fights through that through the linebackers. They see the coverage in the back, and Marshall going through, leaves him wide open. Touchdown, Chicago Bears.
On 1st down, the handoff is to Steven Jackson. And Jackson trying to move that pile, gets gang tackled after a pickup of 2. We talked about the key matchup on this side of the ball. Jake Matthews against Jared Allen. What have you seen?
Does a good job replacing his hands, getting them back inside and sitting down against that bull rush. You're going to see the tackle end twister, the tackle first and then the end. They get a hit on Matt Ryan because him and Blaylock weren't able to punch and pass that off to one another. So right now, Jake Matthews is doing a solid job, but they've got to be careful. Those 2 3rd and 10 situations where they haven't come up with it, they've been able to get that pressure on them.
On 2nd down and 8, Ryan swings it out to Julio Jones. Julio Jones breaks a tackle. And Julio Jones across the 35, up to the 37 with the 1st down.
You're going to see moving pieces everywhere. They're pulling guards to the opposite side to show misdirection of that run. You're going to see Julio Jones catch that ball, dice it back inside, allow his blockers, Peter Kahns and the rest of the offense, to get out there and open up those lanes for him to be blockers. And that's what Julio Jones brings to this team, that big playmaking ability.
A 15-yard play to Julio Jones. This Falcons team talked about staying ahead of the chains. They got a 1st down there on 2nd down. Ryan pumps one way, comes back the other. Wide open is White, who drops the ball. And a flag comes in late. Ryan Mundy delivered the hit. Roddy White is still down. Empty backfield. Anton Smith is split out as a receiver at the bottom of your screen. Ryan over the middle to Jones, incomplete. Let's bring in Mike Pereira once again. Mike, you're saying you agree with that call. Why?
I really like it because, to me, watch what he does. He turns his head to the side and makes shoulder-to-shoulder contact. There's some incidental helmet contact, but to me, force of the blow, turning your head, really goes to the shoulder. I think these are tough, but I think too many times they've called them incorrectly. I like the fact they picked it up.
All right, Roddy White, he is back in the game, 3rd and 10.
Their 3rd one and 3rd and 10 of the game.
Ryan throwing to Roddy White. The fans looking for a flag. Nothing. The coverage there by Tim Jennings. So now Atlanta's 1 for 5 on 3rd down in this game. On 1st down, play action. Cutler from his own end zone. Throws it up, and it's caught by Alshon Jeffrey across the 30. A big play on first down, 26 yards.
Alshon Jeffrey is just going to run this dagger right here, just right through the center of this defense. He's just going to keep running. Nobody's got him. Those linebackers are caught up with their eyes in the backfield. It's just one-on-one by himself. Sees the clear opening, catches it, tucks it away, continues to move the chains forward. And that's what we talked about earlier. If you worry all your attention on Forte and Marshall, he's going to get his opportunities as well.
Play action again. They swing it out to Forte. And Forte gets wrapped up at the 40. Fox tomorrow. Heroes and villains collide. On 2nd and 3. Dump off to Forte again for another first down. Warlow with his 5th tackle of the day.
The Chicago Bears are doing a nice job on the offensive side of the ball. You're seeing them. They're letting these wide receivers run these deep patterns, these streaks, these crossing routes to get all these linebackers and everybody's attention to the back. They're all flying back into coverage, but they're just dinking and dunking with Forte, and they keep moving the chains by getting those little 4- or 5-yard pickups of these checkdowns.
Kind of helps when you've got, Brandon Marshall, Alshon Jeffrey as your receivers. The handoff to Forte on first down, and Forte gets tackled right at midfield. And Jay Cutler has been hot. His last 2 drives, 8 for 9, 121 yards, and a touchdown. 2nd down and 6 here for the Bears. Both teams with their full 3 timeouts remaining. Cutler pressured, trying to step up. And Cutler is going to be sacked for a loss of 1. Robert McClain able to come up and make the play.
They're going to run a nice stunt here. You're going to see 1, 2 fake it, wrap all the way around with OCU Minora for that opening. Makes Jay Cutler step into it. And that's the aggressive style of this defense for the Falcons. They want to confuse, they want to pick, and that's the way they think they're going to generate this pass rush.
Let's see what happens here on 3rd and 7. The Bears 2 for 5 on 3rd downs in this game. Cutler with time. Throws to Marshall, who juggles it. Able to bring it in for another first down. 15 yards for Brandon Marshall.
Once again, he's just going to go right through the center of this defense. Look at the ball. It's even a little bit behind him. He's still able to concentrate, focus, and take that one in. Fighting through pressure. This is the Brandon Marshall that we think is healthy. His ankle's feeling better. And look at the impact that he's having on this football game.
100 yards receiving already on the day for Marshall. The 33rd time in his career he's gone at least 100. Play action. Out to the tight end, Bennett with that stiff arm. Martellus Bennett right very close to that first down marker with 28 seconds to go. A timeout by the Bears.
Between those last 2 plays, they wasted 34 seconds. I know you have the timeouts, but that's equivalent to 2 plays right now.
2nd and 1, Cutler with the pump. Cutler now will run for the first down. Slides, and he's got to call a timeout. There is the timeout, 20 seconds to go. In the red zone again. 1 timeout remaining. Cutler dumps it off to Forte. Forte gets down inside the 10, and they're going to call their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
17-3 going on into the 3rd quarter here and really give their momentum to that side of the ball.
Cutler to the end zone, incomplete for Martellus Bennett. 10 seconds remaining.
I mean, look at how close this is. Martellus Bennett is going to sit here, and he's going to reach down for a big guy, a 6'5" guy. Cutler has to put that ball low where Lowry can't get to it. I mean, look at that play. That close. That's how close the margin of error of a touchdown is.
Who do you target here?
I think right now we're going to see they've got 4 wide receivers spread out here. If I was anything, I'd look out for Brandon Marshall here.
Cutler steps up, just throws it with his left hand. Incomplete. Jonathan Massaquoi applying the pressure.
We know Jay Cutler is not a left-handed guy here. He's just trying to get that ball out of there before he takes that sack.
With no timeouts remaining, would have killed the first half. A heads-up play by a guy who went to Vanderbilt.
Bears players saying they don't like to get hit.
1st and 15. Who does like to get hit? Ryan steps up, throws low over the middle, looking for Julio Jones.
Jared Allen is excited because he was able to bend that edge and have Matt Ryan step up, and that's what they were talking about. Is they don't want to let Matt Ryan get comfortable and be able to set his feet, because that's when he picks teams apart. They want him flustered. They want him moving up in the pocket where that inside Bears defensive line press can really push it up into his face, and that's where we've seen the batted down balls and the hits on the quarterback.
2nd down and 15 here for Atlanta. Ryan again steps up. Couple of flags on the play. The pass is completed to Devin Hester. But we have a couple of flags in the backfield, and my offensive lineman here in the booth is telling me it's holding.
I think that they're going to call Gabe Karimi on this hold.
So it's Gabe Karimi and Jared Allen.
Going to see Gabe Karimi here right at right tackle. He's going to grab. Right there at the end, you've seen his hand grab at that face mask.
Would have been even more fun if they was on each other. They were playing against each other. You hit me, I hit you. So it's 2nd down and 15 again. Empty backfield here for the Falcons. Anton Smith is split out as a receiver. The pass to Julio Jones, and Jones able to hold in and get the 1st down. 13-3. Good news, Chris Conte was able to walk off under his own power on 1st down. Ryan throws to Julio Jones. Another big completion as Jones is up all the way to the 45-yard line of the Bears. A 29-yard completion.
See Julio Jones here again, same spot as before, presses it out, breaks it back inside, gets Fuller on that outside move, gets that 1st down again, and this is what they need to do for this Falcons offense, that big playability. He's got 29 of them. You just have to get Julio Jones involved, and it's exciting to see that he's catching it because he had some drops early in the 1st quarter.
That was the longest play of the day for the Falcons. A reverse to Jones. Julio Jones. He's going to run out. We do have a flag on the play. Jones had enough for the 1st down, but let's see if this one is coming back.
The offensive line, let him be able to be aggressive in these pass protections, but also stay out of those 3rd and longs.
It's 1st and 19 after the penalty. Ryan forced out of the pocket, throws high over the middle for Steven Jackson, but another flag comes out. That's the rookie 1st-round pick, Jake Matthews.
You know, this is what we were talking about in the beginning, the key matchup. You're going to see Jared Allen. He's going to press, and then he's going to work that inside move. See him press that inside arm. The hand right here outside the framework, grabbing that jersey. When they see that, they're going to call that every time on that inside move. If that hand is inside, where you can control Jared Allen and press him back into the pocket, that's where you need to be shored up. But anytime that hand gets out the framework and they see that, they're going to call it every time. Nice change-up rush by Jared Allen.
1st and 29. Pass over the middle. And that is caught by Levine Toilolo. A 13-yard completion, which they really needed on 1st and 29. It's not too often you pick up 13 yards on 1st down to set up 2nd and 16.
No, it's not too often, and that's the miscues and the mistakes that they can't have on this Falcons team and on this offensive side of the ball. They've got to continue to move the chains forward and stay in their positive, upbeat tempo. And once they break out of that, that's when we see them have that issue.
Empty backfield here on 2nd and 16. Anton Smith in as a receiver, split out wide. Ryan goes to Smith. And Anton Smith makes the catch. Brought down by Tim Jennings. Picks up 10. And all of a sudden now you're in a much more manageable 3rd down.
Here's a 3rd and 6 situation, and we've watched. Here's another matchup. This is one that Jake Matthews does a good job. See him replace, get those hands back inside to keep that hand fighting. Gives Matt Ryan enough time to get rid of that football. So we've got a nice outside-inside game going right now between Jared Allen and Jake Matthews.
3rd and 6, trying for just their 2nd 3rd down conversion of the day. Screen play for Smith. Smith breaks it. He's fast. Watch out. There he goes. Touchdown. He's staying busy. Here on 1st down, the handoff is to Forte, and Forte will get a yard on 1st down. So what does he do? He scores from 41 yards, and then he comes here on special teams, and he drags down Chris Williams.
Yeah, and that's the thing that people think about. They think a skilled position guy, running back. But when you're in a game like this, it takes all 48 guys on that active roster of the game up today to play on special teams and to go out there and make plays.
2nd down and 9 here for the Bears. Jeffrey in motion. Cutler sets up the screen to Forte, and Forte gets tackled from behind by Corey Peters. Let's go down and check in with Laura.
I'm going to go back to that Anton Smith because we're raving about his tackling on special teams, and remember, that's his bread and butter. That's why he's still in the league. 2009, when he was on the practice squad with the Falcons, he earned his way on that after stints with the Lions, Vikings, and Texans because of special teams. That's why this feels so good to him, why everyone's complaining they want him to touch it more, but he won't, because he has been so patient to get to this point to finally get his chance.
It is an awesome story for Anton Smith. 3rd and 3 here for the Bears. Pressure coming against Cutler, and he just gets rid of it. Jonathan Babineau applying the pressure, and that's a big stop right there by the Falcons defense, forcing a 3 and out. You could almost feel the momentum shifting back towards Atlanta. On 1st down, Ryan has that ball batted down. Incomplete. What's amazing for the Chicago Bears defense is you look at the normal starting linebacking crew, right? They're all out. So who replaces them? Kasim Green, Daryl Sharpton, Christian Jones, and oh, by the way, a couple guys they just signed this week in Terrell Manning and Dede Lattimore. And these guys did a great job in the 1st half so well that we never even mentioned it.
302 games to 20 games. That right there says alone about experience, but their ability to fight and stay in this football game, it has to extend now into the 2nd half.
Ryan's pass is to Smith again, and Smith gets across the 40. He's very close to that 1st down marker. Looks like he might be just a half a yard shy, setting up 3rd and 1.
They're going to go hurry up. Let's see if it's the
handoff to Smith, trying to leap for the 1st down. The spot, and it looks like he's got it.
On that one, that's a usual one where maybe we see a Matt Ryan QB sneak, going up to the line of scrimmage, doing that quick. But let's see. He's diving to try to extend and get that 1st down, which they say that he does. That was closer than what we thought.
And whenever I look at a play like that, I do think of the former Bear great Walter Payton going over the top.
How could you not think of sweetness when you see something like that?
1st and 10. Blitz is coming, picked up. Ryan got hit as he released that. Got hit by Lamar Houston.
On the opposite side, Steven Jackson.
And now they're still going, running with the ball. Okay, now they're going to say this play was blown dead. Walt Anderson, he's saying, It was a forward pass, incomplete.
Ball hit the ground. It's an incomplete pass. 2nd down.
Sharpton does a good job of stepping up and maintaining that block, but right there, You're going to see Lamar Houston be able to turn that in on Gabe Karimi, who was actually a draft pick by the Chicago Bears in the first round a couple years back. That right there didn't allow Matt Ryan to follow through and really deliver that ball accurately.
Ryan has taken some hits here today. 2nd and 10. Hand off to Jackson. And Steven Jackson picks up 2 yards. A tackle by Daryl Sharpton. 3rd and 8 coming up. The last time it was a 3rd and 6 when it went 41 yards by Anton Smith. They've also converted on 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 8. Ryan with time. Flag on the play. Ryan throws back across the middle, completes the pass. Eric Weems on the completion, but let's see what this flag is. And it looks like it's going against Chicago. Matt Ryan over 200 yards. Over the middle, and it's dropped by Toilolo. And Toilolo took a hit. Another drop ball, though, by the receiving core of this Atlanta Falcons team.
And they're trying to open things up and spread the ball around, and they give it to Toilolo across the middle. That's one that you've got to catch. You're clear, wide open there, and that's the thing that we've continued to hear from this. This is where it hurts losing a Hall of Famer like Tony Gonzalez.
You don't replace a guy like Tony Gonzalez. 2nd and 10. Jacquizz Rodgers in. Hand off to him. Rodgers breaks one up the middle. Tripped up by Daryl Sharpton. A pickup of 7. Now sets up 3rd down and 3.
Sharpton's got to be careful. He was able to come back to that football, but he got outside of his lane. His athletic ability is what was able to get him to come back on that cutback and make that play. But he's got to be careful now if he's going to overrun those things from the backside.
3rd and 3. Rodgers stays in. Ryan on the slant to Roddy White, who drops the ball. They're going to say incomplete. Got hit, could not hang on. Incomplete pass. Sharpton again delivers the blow.
You've got to give the Bears defense credit right now. Here's Roddy White. He's going to release. He's going to make sure he doesn't get the contact. Runs that quick in. But these Bears defensive backs and safeties are coming up and making big hits on these guys. Daryl Sharpton added another one. That right there alone is freeing up the ball out of their hands, but also can account.
Crucial catch day on October 25th. Here on 1st down, Cutler brings it back to Forte, throws that one away to set up 2nd down and 2nd and 10. Cutler with time, taking a shot down the field to Jeffrey. All alone, Jeffrey makes the catch. Dragging his defender all the way down to the 6-yard line. Well, that's a big play. 74 yards.
See Jeffrey right here is going to, once again, look at the speed. He is just going to outrun the defensive backs for the Atlanta Falcons. Ishmael has no chance. He's looking around thinking that he has back help from the safety, which he doesn't. Jeffrey runs right through the coverage, makes a big play, makes sure when he's running he sees the pressure coming from behind, puts 2 hands on the ball to protect it. That's the big play that they needed on this ball.
Longest play of the season for the Bears, 74 yards. 2 receivers now over 100 yards in the game. Jeffrey Marshall. 1st and goal from the 6. Forte to the end zone. Touchdown. David Deal, I think they heard you. You said they needed a touchdown. They got a touchdown.
This penetrating defensive line for the Atlanta Falcons. They're going to run a little trap. They get the double team. Slauson is able to kick out. Hagan on that other side. Clear lane right away for Forte to hit it fast. Touchdown Chicago. That's the drive. That's the momentum that they needed to get.
Devontae Freeman in the backfield to open up this series. Play action. They dump it off to Roddy White, and White gets tripped up by Kyle Fuller, picks up 7. Let's go back to Laura Oakman.
Continuing that talk about the physicality, because that's what the Bears defenders were saying this week and today about being physical with these receivers, blasting the receivers. But that's not just the Bears. That's been something the Falcons have been trying so hard to debunk. For all of us who watched Hard Knocks this preseason, that's what this team has been fighting. We're not a finesse team. We are a tough team. We are a physical team. That's what they're trying to show.
They're going to try to show it some more. 2nd down and 3. They got to prove it, though. They got to make those catches over the middle. Hand off. Freeman. Short. And Freeman picks up a couple yards. 3rd and 1 coming up. Jaquiz Rogers will come back in as Freeman goes to the bench. The first half, the story was 3rd and 10s, 3rd and longs. This half, manageable. On 3rd and 1, the pass to Jones knocked away by Kyle Fuller. This rookie is impressive.
He most certainly is. He had one-on-one right there against Julio Jones. You talk about a matchup, a rookie against a veteran. He follows him across the field, makes sure he gets through all that lane traffic, saves man-to-man. What a great defensive play by Kyle Fuller. He's got 5 tackles, 1 pass breakup, and 1 forced fumble today.
The Bears backed up their own 13. On 1st down, play action, pressure coming. Cutler throws on the run to Marshall, able to hang on for the catch in the 1st down.
People wanted to know what Jay Cutler we were going to see here in the 2nd half. We're seeing the good Jay Cutler. Watch him elude this rush, make sure he keeps his eyes downfield, is patient, throws that ball across body, once again gets that 1st down. This is the groove that Jay Cutler needs to be in because he is a momentum quarterback. And it's almost like when that one thing happens, it's like quicksand and it pulls him all the way back down.
Under 3 minutes to play here in this 3rd quarter. 6-point lead for the Bears. Jeffrey in motion. The handoff to him. He slips a tackle. But Alshon Jeffrey is going to lose a yard on the play. Jonathan Massaquoi with the tackle.
May have gotten a yard on that play, and it may have been a nice stop for the Atlanta defense. But like I stated earlier, this sometimes isn't always for the big play. It's, you know, if you're getting a lot of backside pursuit, if you're doing things to try to open other options up of running the ball inside, the Bears are doing a great job of being balanced offensively, but also making sure that they're keeping this defense on Atlanta, you know, guessing which way they're going to go with it.
Cutler over the middle to Forte. And Forte gets up close. That 1st down marker going to be just shy. Time for a game break.
Justin and David.
All right, thanks so much, Kurt. Here on 3rd and short, it's Forte with the carry, and he gets the 1st down. Forte goes out. Kadeem Carey will come in. But the Bears moving the chains.
The Bears did a good job of getting up to the line of scrimmage. The Atlanta Falcons defense was trying to make a substitution. The Bears were able to get to the ball faster than the Falcons. They were able to get their hands down. It looked like there was a little confusion on the defensive side of the ball. Bears were able to take advantage of it.
Play action. Cutler with time, taking a shot deep again for Marshall in a double coverage. Incomplete. The closest one there was Robert Alford. And Alford had it go through his hands. Cutler fakes one way, comes back to Forte, and the defense for Atlanta not fooled at all. Tyson Jackson brings him down for a loss of 1.
It's a nice job by the Atlanta defense, not getting confused. Jay Cutler makes it look like he's going to run a quick go screen to the left side of one of those little quick bubble screens, turns it back around, throws the screen to Forte. But the Falcons defense was not confused. They saw the whole thing and were able to step up and make that play and put him in the 3rd and long situation.
3rd and 11 here for the Bears. Cutler finds his tight end Bennett for the first down. On 3rd and 11, Bennett takes it all the way down to the 39 of the Falcons. On 1st and 10 from the 39 of Atlanta. And it's Forte up the middle. And Forte dives up to the 35.
Having said that about the Bears offense, look at the Atlanta defense and the Atlanta team. Their last 2 games, they had leads going into the 4th quarter. I know that they don't have it now, but they've actually lost those football games by blowing it in the 4th quarter. So we're going to see here 2 teams that are going to fight it out here, see who can come away with the win, because both teams know how important this one is.
Jeffrey and Marshall, they've been the stars offensively for Chicago. Jeffrey in motion. Hand off to Forte. And Forte had his foot grabbed. Josh Wilson, a pickup of just 2 for Matt Forte. 3rd and 4 coming up. We just saw the Bears convert on 3rd and 11. Almost 5 minutes on this drive for Chicago. Cutler with time throws to Jeffrey, who rips it out of the air for the first down. A 10-yard completion. Alshon Jeffrey showing off those hands.
Here's Alshon Jeffrey right now, right here at the bottom of the screen. You're going to see him break it off, get that inside leverage. Ball's thrown a little bit behind him, but he can still catch it. Look at Cutler. That's the excitement that he has. That's the intensity that he brings to the game. And that's the intensity that he needs to continue here all the way through the end of this game.
Hand off to Forte. Cuts it back. And Forte takes it up to the 17.
Tell you what, these Bears wide receivers are doing an unbelievable job of blocking for their running backs and for these screens, and Forte out of the backfield. Right there, Jeffrey had another good block. As a player on the football field with him, as a guy who used to be in the locker room, you've got nothing but respect for those wide receivers, and they really get a lot of credit for that, because you always hear about the flash and dash, but it takes all 11 guys on the field to open up things.
On 2nd and 4, the quick pass out to Jeffrey has a blocker, just like you're talking about. And Jeffrey gets another first down. Brandon Marshall supplying the block.
It's exactly what we were just talking about. 2 unselfish players here, making sure they get the first down. Brandon Marshall just fighting, being physical, making sure he gives Alshon Jeffrey a 2-way go. He bodies him up. He can take it inside. He can take it outside. And they just keep moving and fighting forward.
How about Jay Cutler? 377 yards in the air, the 2nd most of his career. First and goal from the 10. Forte. He'll pick up a couple, gets stood up at the 8. We asked which Jay Cutler would show up. Well, the good one has shown up here today.
25 for 37, 377 yards, 1 touchdown. But moreover everything, the way that he's been able to manage this offense, keep the chains moving, keeping everybody in tempo and on the same page, that's what the Bears have done a nice job of today.
A great drive here by Chicago. 2nd and goal from the 8. Cutler directing traffic, throws back of the end zone. Touchdown, Alshon Jeffrey. But wait a minute, the hat is down by the back judge. It looks like Jeffrey may have stepped out, and now a penalty flag.
This is one that Jay Cutler was pumped up about, and rightfully so. Unfortunately, it got called back, but they're going to get another opportunity right here and bring that same intensity and energy to this next one. The next snap is the next most important play. Can't linger on that last one.
2nd and goal now from the 13. Over the middle, Martellus Bennett. And Bennett tries to push forward and gets back to the 9-yard line. 3rd and goal coming up. Right now, if you're this Falcons defense, you've got to come up with a stop and force a field goal.
Just brought Josh Morgan back into this game, take out Rosario, so they're adding another wide receiver. He had a touchdown earlier in this football. Up at the top of the screen and went to Brandon Marshall earlier in the game, that one-on-one.
3rd and goal from the 9. The handoff to Forte. Forte gets into the end zone. Touchdown. Cutler steps up, throws, and it's caught by Martellus Bennett for the 2-point conversion. On 3rd and goal from the 9, Matt Forte able to run it in for his 2nd touchdown of the day. The 2-point conversion to Martellus Bennett is good. And now, Ryan told us this week in our meetings that the Falcons have to be dominant here at home. You see what they've done since 2008 under his career. Well, they trail right now by 14 with 10 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. On 1st down, Ryan swings it out to Jackson. Incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10 here for the Falcons. Empty backfield. Ryan pressured. Ryan goes down. Sacked again. Willie Young, Jared Allen there.
You're going to see pressure from both sides of the defensive ends. They're going to turn it into bull rushes. Jared Allen turned it in, forcing Matt Ryan up. That's where that pressure of Ratliff and Paya in the inside, making sure that Matt Ryan can step up. And that's what it takes. It doesn't just take a defensive end pressing it off the edge and getting that -4 sack, but it takes that interior, that defensive line to really press it into the face of the quarterback.
By the way, are we in Atlanta or in Chicago? Do you hear this crowd? The Bears are telling their fans they want some noise. Look at this.
Charge timeout. Atlanta, 30-second timeout.
The way that the Bears defense right now is asking for their fans to make noise, you would think they're at home.
Well, you know that the Bears travel well, but you wouldn't think that that well on 3rd down that they're on the road getting crowd noise.
On 3rd and 14, Ryan airing it out. Incomplete to Julio Jones, but a flag in the backfield. Bears defense have stepped up in a big way the last 2 drives. They've forced 3 and outs. And there are smiles along the sideline for Chicago. On 1st down, the handoff to Forte. Forte with a nice move, gets up to the 40, picks up 5. Jay Cutler has been anything but a micromanager here today. He's been great.
He most certainly has. His confidence, his ability to deliver the ball, not only sitting inside of the pocket comfortably, but being able to use play action, use his feet to keep plays open. This is the Jay Cutler that we know that we can see week in and week out. putting everything together, not worrying about forcing anything, and just playing sound, fundamental football.
And that's what has been so frustrating about Cutler throughout his career. It's because you know he can do this. Kadeem Carey now in the backfield. Pitch it out to him. Carey gets to the sideline. Kadeem Carey dives forward. And Kadeem Carey, subbing for Matt Forte, picks up 15.
It's a smart move, not only by Kadeem Carey to bend that edge, but for him to take that ball and get down on the ground to take care of that time of possession and keep that time clicking. Keep momentum on your side of the ball. Make sure you have that. And Kadeem Carey, even though he hasn't had tons of yardage today, he's done a nice job of getting Forte some rest on the sidelines, get some breath, just to have a change of pace back. Because like we said, when you have an all-purpose back like Matt Forte, it's great to use him, but he could use some water too.
And also Kadeem Carey not happy after his Arizona Wildcats lost last night to USC. Carey gets the carry again, gets back to the line of scrimmage. So the Bears, we talked about their second half offense, how they've been struggling the last couple of weeks. It is the exact opposite here today.
And we talked only 3 points in the last 2 weeks. They've got 14, but even moreover that the no turnovers, the 14 points, just the ability of them to control the line of scrimmage, the time of possession. In the second half, physically, they've taken over this football game.
2nd and 10 here for Chicago. The toss out to Carey again. He slips. He's going to lose a yard on the play. The clock continues to run. 6.5 to go in this fourth quarter. 14-point lead for the Bears. The Falcons coming off a couple of losses at New York, at Minnesota. The Bears coming off a couple of losses at Carolina, home against Green Bay. On 3rd and 10, Cutler steps up, going to run, now slides, and he slides at the 40.
See Jay Cutler here. His receivers are covered. He's keeping his eyes downfield. He's reading through all of his progressions. Not worried about forcing anything. That's a good thing. He makes sure that he takes the checkdowns. It's not there. Let's get as many yards as we can out of this. Let's not force anything.
Especially after Carolina had a tie today. Here is Atlanta with 5:19 to go and 2 timeouts, trailing by 14. Ryan throws, completes the pass to Roddy White, who gets down at the 43-yard line. They got to go hurry up. A 24-yard completion. And maybe the hurry up will allow this offense to get into some rhythm, because the defense for the Bears has been fantastic here in the second half. Ryan towards the sideline, low throw. It's caught by Levine Toilolo. Well, the fourth quarter has not been kind to the Falcons their last 3 games. A goose egg. Hoping to snap that here. 2nd and 4. They need to. Ryan pumps, throws, open receiver, another drop ball. Levine Toilolo.
That's their 6th drop on the offensive side of the ball. You can't have that in key moments of the game. He had one earlier on 3rd down. That one right there is in your hands. You know the game is this tight, this close, that this is your last opportunity possibly to win this football game, because you know you need a touchdown. You've got to catch that ball.
3rd and 4. Ryan, pressure, Ryan gets sacked. Jared Allen and Willie Young again.
Bears do a nice job with coverage. You're going to see Tim Jennings right there on Julio, one-on-one. Plays physical, bumps him off to the back. He gets open, doesn't see him. You're going to look to the other side. They're going to have that side locked up. But what happens is here's the pressure. Jared Allen, Willie Young coming from the other side of the football. And here it is. Here's the biggest fourth down, 4th and 14. Let's see if the Bears can close out this football game right here.
4th and 14. Play clock down to 4. Ryan throws for Julio Jones, and that one looks like it might have been picked off. Still waiting for the signal, and it was picked off. Demontre Hurst.
Matt Ryan here is trying to get rid of this football because he feels the pressure coming on. Throws it out there, sees Julio Jones, throws it underneath. You see Hurst come back, keeping his eyes on Matt Ryan, is able to come back and really sit on that route in front of that football, get his hands up and make a great catch. Matt Ryan is sitting in there. He knows that it's coming, delivers it, takes a huge hit.
But here are the Bears leading by 14 with 3:37 to go. Atlanta has just 2 timeouts remaining. Hand off to Forte up the middle. And Forte dives forward. An 8-yard run by Matt Forte, tripped up by Paul Warlow, who's got 6 tackles on the day. We talk about the defense, what they've done to step up their game, especially after Atlanta opened up this second half in the 3rd quarter with 10 unanswered. Since then, it's been all Chicago. But the offense, you've got 2 wide receivers up over 100 yards in Jeffrey and Marshall. You've got Matt Forte up over 150 yards from the line of scrimmage. Forte again. He gets tackled by Croy Bierman. And a timeout is taken here by Atlanta.
No breakdowns, none of that.
3rd and 1. Cutler keeps it. Now he just drops to the floor. Another timeout taken here by Atlanta. It's final timeout. So you're saying there's a chance. Ryan over the middle. Devontae Freeman across the 30 up to the 31 with a 1st down. Trying to get away from pressure. He can't. Wrapped up by Willie Young again. Another sack for Willie Young. That brings us to the 2-minute warning. 14-point lead for Chicago. To Chicago. 2nd and 15. Ryan out of the pocket, throws. Toilolo drops it again.
That right there is not winning football. That's not winning football, especially here in the second half when you know how important each and every possession is.
3rd and 15. Ryan steps up, throws over the middle. Completes that pass to Devontae Freeman. You could see Ryan was cognizant of where he was, where the line of scrimmage was. Couldn't step over it. 4th and 1 coming up. Freeman gets to his feet a little bit slowly. And that is batted down at the line of scrimmage by Will Sutton. And that will be the game.
As a Bears fan, you wanted to know where Mel Tucker's defense was and where this pass rush of the Chicago Bears defensive line has been. Well, it showed up today, ladies and gentlemen, not only with the sacks, you know, you have 2 by Young, 1 by Allen, but just the consistent pressure that they've been able to put on him, hitting him, knocking the ball down in his face. It's really thrown Matt Ryan's rhythm off and is what has allowed this Bears defense to thrive, especially here in the second half. Mel Tucker, Chicago Bears defense, hats off to you for today's performance.
The Baltimore Ravens. An impressive performance by the Chicago Bears, 27-13. They defeat the Atlanta Falcons on the road. Jay Cutler, 381 yards. Jeffrey Marshall, 136, 113. Impressive performance all around by the Bears. For David Deal, Laura Oakman, this is Justin Kutcher saying so long from Atlanta. Let's bring you out to Seattle. Tom Brenneman, Troy Aikman, Seattle.